Hello and welcome to the Thief VR Legacy of Shadow gameplay premiere. I'm Dan Maher and you join me right here in London for a special inside look at our exclusive hands-on gameplay event. Today I've got 3 exclusives for you: a brand new trailer, an extended look at gameplay with the developers, and first-hand reactions from our invited guests. But first, let's take a look at that trailer.
Feels like old times, only I'm stuck in an eyeball. You're not just some street thief, are you? The eye's showing you what matters. We know Northcrest is digging up old tech and ancient magic. It's always about power.
There's a job. It leads somewhere Northcrest doesn't want anyone looking. He's locked away a book there. Ancient, encoded, dangerous. Stick to the shadows. And if you get greedy, make sure you get away with it.
Takes a thief to make plans for a thief. You're learning. We're not leaving without what we came for. There's a difference between stealing gold and stealing something meant to stay buried.
That was your first look at the striking gameplay and atmosphere of Thief VR. Now we're going to slip deeper into its world. In our next segment, Nick Witsel, principal designer at Vertigo Games, will lead you through a full mission, showing you not just what you'll see, but also the atmosphere, the tension, and the thrills of a perfect steal.
My name is Nick Witsel, principal designer at Vertigo Games, and today I'll be your guide through this extended look at the gameplay for Thief VR Legacy of Shadow. You play as Magpie, an up-and-coming thief who finds herself tangled in a mysterious and supernatural plot involving the master thief, Garrett, who joins her on her journey.
Could have done it quieter.
Feel free to take the lead next time. Oh wait, you're just a voice in a trinket.
Let's stay focused on the glyph stone. Get to the manor, and try not to trip any alarms.
There it is. Ravencourt Manor.
Judging by those city watch patrols, I'd say the glyph stone's still inside.
Using our mechanical eye, we can highlight enemies and important items and clues throughout the environment. Just spotted 2 guards and an electrical wire. Thief is a stealth game. Your goal is to steal while remaining undetected. So this area here looks interesting, but a bit too risky at the moment. Maybe another path provides us with more cover and darkness. To help you with this, you have a gem on your right hand, which only glows up if you're in the light and can be seen. Now we can also use items in our environment to create distractions, which guards will investigate. Let's use this bottle for instance. Now we've created a moment for us to safely explore this area. So if memory serves correct, there was another guard stationed around here up higher. Yep, this guard wields a crossbow and has a good vantage point. If we want to explore the courtyard further, this guard needs to go. But we're a thief, not an assassin. Still, to be safe, we want to drag him out of the light and into the shadows. If he gets found, he'll be woken up and the guards will sound the alarm, which we want to avoid. That heavy guard patrolling there is still a problem. With all the light around here, he can easily spot us. Luckily, we have a tool for that. Water arrows. Water arrows won't work directly on spotlights, but we can easily avoid its cone for now. If we listen carefully, we can hear someone walking on the right. In Thief, sound plays a crucial role in allowing you to determine where guards are in relation to you.
Clearly, I'm not just knocking on the door.
Using our mechanical eye, we can see an electrical current going through the fuse box. It powers the spotlight. And it doesn't like water. Doors with diamond-shaped locks can be lockpicked. The minigame is pretty simple. Only requires us to rotate our wrists to the right angles.
All too easy.
The tricky part is to not get spotted in the process. Now we're a bit later into the mission. We're at the back of the mansion and trying to find our way in. We could have also gone through the front or maybe through the side. Every mission provides you with multiple paths to your objective, and it's up to you to decide which way works best for you. Knocking out guards may seem like a catch-all solution, but helmets provide protection from a blackjack, causing me to make more sound when hitting them, even preventing me from knocking them out entirely if they're heavily armored enough. But by paying attention to guard patrols and sticking to the shadows, I can figure out a clever way to sneak through and leave no evidence altogether. I've spotted a window. I can't climb there directly, but luckily we have another tool at our disposal, the rope arrow. Rope arrows only work on anchor points, so you'll want to keep a good eye out for them. Next to rope arrows, there's also normal arrows and fire arrows, which provide more lethal means of dealing with problems, but also function as important tools. Looks like there's some nice loot ready for the taking. Collecting loot is an essential activity in all missions, as they provide us with the funds to purchase upgrades like the different arrow types or higher health. We can also use our fingers or blow through our microphone to extinguish these candles. If we listen carefully, we can hear a guard patrolling beyond. Let's unlock this door first so we can have a peek. You can also disable the UI for lockpicking and rely on the sounds and haptics in your controllers for a more immersive experience.
Honestly, why do they bother?
Oh, gotta be careful. So if we listen carefully, we can hear the guard walking away from us. There, the coast is clear. These carpets also muffle our footsteps. This looks like an interesting area. That display case looks promising. Players will be able to toggle UI for objective markers on or off to suit your preference. What's fun about having as little UI as possible is that it makes the experience of exploring an area feel very immersive. Yep, that looks like the ancient artifact we're supposed to steal. The case doesn't have a lock. It can't be that easy, right?
Great! The glyphstone's gone!
Looks like it dropped into a vault.
So how do we find it?
Down.
We hope you enjoyed this deeper look into the gameplay of Thief VR Legacy of Shadow, and we welcome you to join Magpie and Garrett's sneaky adventure later this year.
So that's how a mission goes when there's a professional in control. But how will first-time players cope? Well, we've got a host of creators and VR influencers right here trying to pull off the perfect steal. So let's see how they're getting on and hear their candid first impressions.
I'm here down in London to try out Thief VR.
I'm a big Thief fan, and it was so cool to have that in VR.
It was amazing to hear the voice of Garrett.
I didn't realise that would bring such a huge smile to my face.
The memories came flooding back of playing that original game. VR is a perfectly natural fit for stealth. You embody the thief.
You're actually so much more immersed inside of this universe when you get to be the character instead of just being behind a character with a controller.
It lends itself to VR in ways that I didn't quite expect. The climbing, the vaulting over ledges, they're all very like dynamic actions.
I felt it was very organic, the way you could just like shuffle into the shadows and peek around corners.
I was so absorbed in what I was doing that I could have leant against something that just wasn't there and absolutely stacked it.
I'm normally a bit more gun-ho, so I had to remind myself a few times, get in the shadows, pinching out the candles, just getting you really into the mode of being sneaky.
It had like sort of old world feel to it, which I remember from the original Thief game. Wooden buildings, tight narrow corridors.
Everything feels quite old and mechanical, sliding open gates and picking locks.
It's really atmospheric, it's really dark, it instantly feels immersive and intuitive to get through.
I knew where the darkness was, where the cover was.
The way that the lighting affected the gameplay and what you could and couldn't do, and had a great sense of tension.
It's quite exhilarating seeing a guard come towards me and having to quickly dart back into the darkness.
I want to steal things, I want to steal expensive things.
I love looting in games. This is like a perfect game for me.
The first time you snuck up behind a guard and you could take his things and then climb over a fence, I felt like a thief.
I'm stood there going, oh my God, don't touch him, don't touch him.
Get to steal a bunch of stuff without getting in trouble, so that's always good.
I think my favourite moment of the demo was hitting that guard, the first one over the head.
I smashed someone's head, was sleeping, this poor guy.
The guard's got his back to you and you're just creeping up behind him with a little stick in your hand. Is there any greater feeling?
And I was like, ooh.
Then you can grab him by the ankles and just drag them away. I tucked one into bed after knocking him out. At least he could wake up comfortable.
He was snoring, so I didn't murder him, so I felt like I had a clear conscience still.
I tried a little bit around with the bow and I love it.
It's quite rewarding being able to flip between the different arrow types, whether it be grappling up a building or putting out a fire in a fireplace using a water arrow.
I had the thought like, oh, if I use a water arrow, can I extinguish that? And it worked. That was a really nice touch. What I love about the Thief games is that there's lots of different ways to approach a situation.
It felt like the levels were quite open plan.
You could go left, you could go right, you could try going around, up or down.
To sum it up in one word, stealthy.
It's very fun, it's very engaging.
I can't wait to get into the full campaign.
Awesome, absolutely awesome.
Thumbs up.
My expectations were extremely high. They were extremely high before, but now I've played the demo. They're way, way above what I was expecting.
It got my heart racing.
Like, it feels like such a rush.
In 2025, this was the best VR game I played.
From the brand new trailer to the developer deep dive and even those enthusiastic first reactions, today has been quite the journey. So on behalf of Maze Theory, Vertigo Games and our partners at Eidos-Montréal, thank you so much for joining us for this special Thief VR Legacy of Shadow gameplay premiere. We can't wait for you to step into the shadows yourself when the game launches, but until then, keep your hood up, your footsteps quiet, and we'll see you in the dark.